Stand by for a start. Off and racing. Now, Prince of Dala began fairly. Hard Solo, though, jumped away well with Too Much Talk, and they're going to vie for the lead at the end of a couple of hundred from Bondi Star and Dominatus, and Win Las Vegas pushing through. So Prince of Dala finds itself 3 deep when they settle down on the outside of Dandy's Gem. In behind them, Sweet Surrender and Apparatus. State Wide is next, and back last is Flash Paddy, who settled 7 lengths from the leader, Hard Solo. Leaving the back, going up onto the far corner, Hard Solo held the front 3/4 to Too Much Talk. 3 deep, mouth wide open, going around them keenly. Here is Dominatus first up. Back on the inside to Win Las Vegas, followed by Bondi Star. Over on the outside, Prince of Dala's following Dominatus down the side of the track. Dandy's Gem back near the rail. Then came Sweet Surrender, and back with it Flash Paddy, Apparatus and Statewide. Nearing the home corner, Hard Solo nursed at the turn, led at the 400 metre mark. Too Much Talk almost on terms. On the outside, Dominatus, which has covered ground. Win Las Vegas cuts back to the inside. Brad Parnham swings to the outside with Prince of Dala starting to wind up. Too Much Talk reached the lead from Hard Solo. Down the outside, Prince of Dala. Prince of Dala with 100 metres to go. Races up, grabs the lead from Too Much Talk. Oh, there was real crowding there. He ducked in without a rail to follow Prince of Dala. He wins it by a length. Prince of Dala wanted to hang in over the final stages from Too Much Talk. Hard Solo. In behind them came Dominatus, who stuck tough after being wide all the way. Flash Paddy, Win Las Vegas, Bondi Star, Statewide, Apparatus next home, Sweet Surrender further back, and with those Dandy's Gem. Waiting for the numbers here. Race 7, Prince of Dala wins it. Bit of a handful for Brad Parnham over the last 150 there. His newness, his rawness, and without a rail there to follow, he had that instinct to roll back and find something white and plastic. And he got on top of Too Much Talk. He was going better than them, and has won by a little over a length. Prince of Dala from Too Much Talk and Hard Solo. Prince of Dala home here in race 7, 2:15, and favourite. They liked him here today, and he was given a good ride by Brad. He was out there wider, and that's how he likes to roll. He likes a bit of room to move, and he certainly did that. The only blemish, wanting to get in under pressure, and Brad knew that. He had the stick in the left hand, just coming across there and not quite making contact with Too Much Talk, who rolled in and brushed with Hard Solo. But he dominated them pretty much. Prince of Dala by Snippet Son from Dala Lass for Stephen Miller. Also Mark Wilson, Keith Biggs and Wendy Yo. And Brad Parnham aboard for S.J. Miller. Scoring here from Too Much Talk. Joey has a party for Jared Humphreys' 7-year-old gelding by I'm All the Talk, and Hard Solo's All Too Hard, a 3-year-old filly. Ash Maley, the trainer, and Holly Knottle aboard. 1 1/4, a long head with the margins. 1, 4, 6, 3. Dominatus battled after being 3 deep without cover the duration. 1, 4, 6 and 3. Race 7. As we go to the last at 20 to 5 for Bear Cove Rock. 14 Worcester, 15 He's Archie are the scratchings there to the last event of the day. As Lockie joins us downstairs. He liked the open spaces today in difference to his last run, but he lost his GPS in the last 100, this favourite.
He did, Darren. He looked a little wayward like yourself in your 20s, but in the end it was Prince of Dala. A really nice performance, and a key to his winning form, Riley, has been galloping room, whether that be out in front or in the moving line like we saw a few starts ago when he was able to break maiden status, or here this afternoon aided by a wonderful ride from Brad Parnham. He is a very, very nice horse with a big future.
And you'll see that was probably the main excuse for his beaten effort. As favourite last start, Lockie, Brad Parnham hopped off and just said he seemed to resent being strung up in between horses in that beaten effort, and he was pretty unlucky on that occasion as well. But today it was certainly not going to be a similar tale of the tape with the run that he had. He was out in his own clear galloping room, and he did have a little bit of a wobble around late in the race, but I think he's certainly a horse on the rise, Prince of Dala, and it was a win that was almost in a similar vein to that win on debut, Lock, where he sat 3 deep the trip and put them away pretty strongly.
Exactly right. So excited to see whether he progresses towards a Belmont Guineas in a week and a half's time, and then potentially to an Aquanita a couple of weeks after that. But he's a nice 3-year-old on the rise, and here's Brad Parnham catching up with Riley.
Thanks, Locke. Catching up with Brad Parnham after the winner, Prince of Dala, who now makes it 3 from 4 in his racing career to date. Brad, congratulations on the win. As Darren touched upon, he might have just lost his GPS for a stride or two there late in the race, but he's certainly a horse on the rise.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice horse, but he's still very new and raw, and I think that's probably what stopped SJ from going into those better 3-year-old races yet, because I do think he has the ability, but he's just pretty raw. And as we saw with him last start, I rode him for cover and tucked him in, and it was the first time he tucked in, and he just didn't know what to do with himself. And so today I just sort of came out here with the plan to keep him out of trouble, and he worked into it beautifully. But of course, because we're tracking to the outside fence, he got to about the 200 or 150, spotted the grandstand and wanted to duck in a bit, but he just had too much class for him.
Given the comments that you've made, he had the measure of some nice ones, not only today, but also in his wins thus far in his career to date. Would a Belmont Guineas in 10 days' time potentially just come a little bit too quick for him?
Oh, I don't know. Look, I'll have a chat with SJ. I don't know if he is thinking about it or not. He hasn't mentioned it to me. Like I say, I think ability-wise, he's right up to him. I don't think there's any question about that. It's just whether or not S thinks he's mentally ready for it. So I'll have a chat with him and see which way we go.
It's as though that he was just having a little bit of a wobble around late in the straight there once he did hit the front.
Yeah, that's right. He was just looking at the things on the outside, and yeah, if he was going straight, he probably would have won by a few lengths. But look, he was too good for him, so happy with that.
It's one we can continue to follow with a bit of confidence. Brad, well done on the win.
Thank you.
Nice win there from Prince of Dala. There's Brad Parnham. He combines with SJ Miller in a famous set of colours to take out the second last here at Belmont Park.